Come, my allies. Will you join me?
So September is almost upon us, guys, which means only one thing. We are getting a new squad system for Battlefront 2, something that we've all been requesting for a very long time now. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the upcoming squad system and exactly what we want to see from this new squad system, as well as how DICE still has plenty of opportunity to include new Clone Wars maps in Blast, Strike, and Arcade modes. Also, we can't forget that this weekend is a double XP weekend, so if you guys want to level up your classes and also your heroes, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. This will run until September 2nd, so get in there on the Battlefront and join me as we play with our new Clone Trooper skins and then also on Naboo Hangar in Blast mode. But guys, let's first take a look at that roadmap. Just as a reminder, September is going to be all about the new Clone Trooper appearances, the 91st Corps and the 104th Clone Trooper appearances, the Wolfpack, and then also the new squad system. We already know about October, which is going to include General Grievous, and then of course November with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Geonosis, the 212th Attack Battalion, and then of course the new vehicles including the STAP, the Bark Speeder, and the ATTE. And then once we roll into winter, we'll be getting Count Dooku, Anakin Skywalker, with the new large-scale game mode and the new Clone Trooper appearances as well. So that's the roadmap that we have to look forward to. Now, if you look at September, the squad system is going to be a big update, but it's a little sparse in terms of other content. So I still think there's opportunity for even more Clone Wars maps for Blast and Strike and Arcade modes. And I'll go over that here in a little bit. But let's jump into what we want to see from the new squad system first. And post your comments down below. What do you want to see in the new squad system? Let me know. But I'm going to start this off by saying that I would love to see a new spawn screen with a map overview. So this shows Theed right here, and it would be really cool to be able to see your squad members roaming around the map and see their position before you spawn on them. So if you look at Camino here, you know, you'd be able to see exactly where your squad mates are and then make a decision based on this if you want to spawn on them or not. Another thing that could be taken from Battlefield 5 is a spectator mode for your squad mates. So if you die in the game and then you're on the spawn screen, it'd be really cool to have the ability to spectate your teammates and see exactly where they're at, see if it's a wise decision to spawn on them. Because if they're in the middle of battle and they're facing off against like 3 droids, for instance, it might not be a wise decision to spawn on them at that moment. So it'd be really cool to see that kind of feedback from your squad member's position by spectating them. Let me know what you guys think about this idea in the comments below. Of course, many of these ideas with the spawn screen are taken from Battlefield 5 and the Battlefield series. So I think it'd be wise if DICE were to take these elements from Battlefield 5 and just include them directly in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I mean, why not? It would work very well in Battlefront 2. It would make that squad system that much better. Now, again, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you want to see from the squad system. I think there's a lot of opportunity to be able to communicate effectively with your teammates and see their position on the battlefront. Now, another addition they could take from Battlefield 5 is the ability to see exactly where your teammates are going to spawn in at on the menu. So this is kind of more in regard to the new large-scale game mode that's coming up, which I'm guessing will allow you to spawn on multiple command posts when it arrives to Battlefront 2 in winter. So Battlefield 5 works in the way that you can see where your teammates are spawning at on the map. So for instance, if you're all sitting there on the spawn screen and your teammate decides they want to spawn in on, location Beta, you'll be able to see that on the spawn screen. And I would love to see this in the new large-scale game mode in Star Wars Battlefront 2 as well, because you could really coordinate with your team members and really identify where they're going to spawn at and really hit the enemy hard at that location, especially with the new large-scale game mode. Now, this might not work in Galactic Assault because, of course, in Galactic Assault, you really don't have, like, command posts that you can choose to spawn at. There's not multiple locations you can spawn at, but it would be a cool addition, even in Galactic Assault, to be able to choose your spawn location. But I doubt that will happen. I think in Galactic Assault, you'll be able to choose the default spawn location or spawn on your teammate. I think those are going to be the only two choices in Galactic Assault. At least that's my guess. But yeah, again, let me know, how do you want the spawn system to work across the different game modes? That's another subject we really need to talk about. Like, how do you want the spawn system to work in Blast? How do you want the squad system to work in Blast? How do you want the squad system to work in Galactic Assault? How do you want it to work in the new large-scale game mode? These are things that DICE really needs to think about to make sure it's still balanced and fair and that the game plays correctly. Because we don't want to end up having like 4 people spawning in a location that's behind enemy lines just because there's a squad member there. There still needs to be the appropriate restrictions and balances to the squad system spawning for sure. But let's move on to the next subject with the September update. So again, looking back at the roadmap, you know, it's all about the squad system. It's all about the 91st and 104th Clone Trooper appearances. And there's really nothing else in this update. Now, with the August update, they surprised us with Naboo Hangar on Blast, Strike, and Custom Arcade modes, which I really love because I'm a huge fan of Naboo Hangar. It's one of my favorite maps in Battlefront 2. So I was thrilled to see them include Naboo Hangar in Blast and Strike modes, as well as Custom Arcade. And I still think there's plenty of opportunity for them to include the existing Clone Wars maps in Blast, Strike, and Custom Arcade modes. If you look here at Camino, right here, this outdoor section, it's not included in Blast mode. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for DICE to include this outdoor platform section in Blast. Currently, this is only included in Strike and Galactic Assault modes, I believe, and then also Heroes versus Villains, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's the perfect opportunity for them to include this section in Blast and Strike modes. Let me know if you agree with that statement. I would love to see it. This is definitely one of my favorite sections of the game. I absolutely love the outdoor sections of Camino, and I would love to be able to experience this in Blast mode. Now, moving on, they could also include some of the outdoor theed sections as well in Blast and Strike modes. Actually, they're already included in Strike mode, but in Blast mode specifically, theed outdoor sections could be included. So I think that's another opportunity for them as well. And if you even look at Kashyyyk, guys, there's many opportunities for them to include different sections of Kashyyyk on Blast and Strike modes, because there's the outdoor grassland sections they could include in Blast mode, which I think would be pretty cool. There's the Juggernaut areas that they could include in Blast modes. And heck, they could even include the Venator class Star Destroyer interiors in Blast mode as well. So there's plenty of opportunities for them to kind of port these sections of these different maps into the different modes in the game, just like they did with Naboo Hangar. So let me know if you guys want to see this for the September update. I would like to see this. It would be a nice surprise and a nice addition for September, and to kind of flesh out September with more content. Because right now, it's all about the squad system, which of course is going to be a huge addition to Star Wars Battlefront 2, don't get me wrong, but it would still be nice to see even more content in September as well. But guys, don't forget, again, this weekend is Double XP weekend from August 31st to September 2nd. Let me know what you guys will be playing. And don't forget, when you log in there to Battlefront 2, there's a tile there on the home screen that allows you to jump into Clone Wars maps. Sometimes it will display Blast maps for the Clone Wars, Strike maps for the Clone Wars, or Galactic Assault maps. But don't forget to use that main tile on the home screen to matchmake into Clone Wars maps. So far, it's working very well when I click on that tile, because what it will do is it will prioritize Clone Wars maps when you click on it, and then attempt to get you into Clone Wars maps only. And so far, I've had like a 90 to 95% success rate when clicking on that tile. So I'm very excited about that because for the past day or two, I've been playing only Clone Wars maps, guys. So that's awesome to see that. And I think the next step is for them to include Clone Wars only playlist where it matchmakes you into servers that are only running Clone Wars maps. So hopefully we see that in the future because that's true Clone Wars matchmaking, if you will. So we'll see if that happens as the next step for the matchmaking system in Battlefront 2. But I think DICE is definitely heading in the right direction going into the Clone Wars DLC. I think the month that I'm looking forward to most is definitely November because by then we'll have General Grievous, Obi-Wan will arrive, we'll have Geonosis, and then of course by then we'll have the new squad system as well. So tons of stuff to talk about, tons of stuff to look forward to, and let me know what you're looking forward to most in Battlefront 2. But that will do it for this video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more updates on Star Wars Battlefront 2's Clone Wars DLC right here at the Star Wars headquarters. And I'll see you guys next time, and may the Force be with you always.
Wow.